I don't want you to take the story as in any way um, amplifying my skills or anything. These skills are simple, as I've illustrated with my child. The problem is when people do everything but use that skill. So you're sitting there and you're feeling something and you're talking to someone and you feel they're not with you. What they often try and do also is solve the problem for you and tell you what to do or suggest this and that. And that's where it all started for me, was this, what I call the writing reflex, using the writing reflex instead of listening, so to speak. Now, honestly, it was a couple of months ago, I was walking over a crowded bridge in the student area of town, a railway bridge, and it was super crowded. And I was on a bike, and I noticed a young person climbing over the bridge, about to throw herself off. And people were sort of rushing by, and I dropped the bike and ran over to the bridge. And from what I've learned from colleagues like Jonathan Fader and others who worked with first responders, indeed, I've got a son who's a police officer, is that the worst thing you can do is solve the problem for the person. That is really, or suggest solutions. And I knew that. So what I did was I made 5 or 6 empathic listening statements in a row. That's all I did. And it was a skill that I've got. Nothing incredible, because as I've said, my kids got it. But I made 5 or 6 empathic listening statements in a row. She climbed down off the bridge. We had a cup of tea, and we are now text friends, and she's fine. And I never got a chance to deconstruct the experience with her because I had a cup of tea and tried to help her find counseling. And we now text each other. And I don't even know her name, but we text each other. And for me, that experience was of the power of this technique of reflective or empathic listening. So it is a skill, and it's possible to teach it to people. And some of the research on motivational interviewing, and indeed outside of that field, demonstrates that when people are struggling with things, the use of the skill is incredibly powerful and produces better outcomes.